What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the Redmi K20 Pro, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the latest EvolutionX ROM. And yet again I have been daily driving with this ROM because I was on the latest iOS, but the latest update of iOS kind of broke the fingerprint scanner experience over here for the Redmi K20 Pro. That's the reason why I have switched to the EvolutionX latest build. This is the March 15th 2021 build. And of course this is the newest update as of right now, and of course based on Android 11. And here let me show you the about section quickly. This is how it looks like. On top again we have similar EvolutionX logo, and the Android version is Android 11 of course, if you are noticing. Let me go back from here. The security patch is latest of March 5th 2021, and the stock kernel is still perf-G kernel, and the build date again is mentioned over here, 15th March 2021. So if you're asking me what's new in this build, well, there is nothing much to talk about, because if you are familiar with EvolutionX, you will find it very similar to the earlier updates. But here I would say the stability, yes, has been improved. And talking about the other things like inside system, you will still find the system updater and you can check for updates. And the EvolutionX version, if you're noticing, is 5.5 over here. And the other stuff like Android version and security patch again is mentioned with this updater. And I would say yes, you can use this stock updater, but you have to be decrypted if you really want to use this stock updater. Otherwise, you can just manually update. If you don't know how to update or how to flash the ROM, check out the cards over there, or you can check out the description to flash this ROM. Clean flash this ROM, also update. You can find both videos in the description box below, so do not worry. Let me go back, and of course this ROM does include C apps, so that's the reason why the stock keyboard here is Google keyboard or Gboard. And there is the front camera sound effect still, and you get the Star Wars sound effects, the Super Mario sound effects, and all these xylophone and stuff options are there. Let me go back. We also get the gestures option over here. So here if you notice, there is the quickly open camera option, so that's great. Inside system navigation gestures, we have this gesture navigation. You can go into the settings of it, and if you scroll down, there are much more things like this show pill bar option and stuff. And there is also the advanced gesture option if you want to enable this extended swipe action and stuff. And there is the gesture bar length, gesture bar radius, etc. And there is the haptic feedback and back gesture animation option. So a lot of gesture customization are there. That's the reason why the pill bar over here is quite long, because I have customized it a little bit. And there is also 2-button and 3-button navigation as well, if you like those old school kind of navigation system. Let me go back. We have the swipe break screenshot, and this is the long screenshot. And let me tell you, this long screenshot over here, if you take a screenshot and if you click on scroll, you can take a long screenshot. And right now you can take a long screenshot anywhere. Like, let me show you. If I am into Twitter, and right now if I just like go home on Twitter, and right now if I take a screenshot, let me show you. If I click on scroll, then take the long screenshot, as you are noticing, it is possible actually to take the long screenshots, as you are noticing. So yeah, this is great that you can keep taking long screenshots, as you are noticing. So this actually works. So right now the long screenshot has been totally fixed. No issues with the long screenshot anymore. Also you can edit or delete them from right there when you're taking a screenshot. That is just great. Inside power menu, we have the sensitive content and the device controls. By the way, in the power menu, we of course have the Google Home Smart Control, and we have the advanced reboot and stuff enabling option in the customization section. That's why you can directly reboot to recover your fast boot from the power menu. So that is cool, and that's still there. And we have the switch screen off, that is the double tap to sleep on the like status bar, I guess. And there is the adaptive playback and stuff, all those things. Let me go back, and inside security, right now you also have the face unlock option, but I am not really sure if I am gonna set it up, because still I would say with my experience of all these custom ROMs coming out right now, and I have been trying them, and even on the iOS I faced it, like after setting up face unlock, the fingerprint scanner stopped working almost. So yeah, I would say the face unlock I'm not gonna set up right now, just because of the experiences that I have had. But with EvolutionX, it might be just fine. And in the display settings, this is how it looks like. We have these much lock screen kind of settings. As you can see, there is always show time and info, that's the always on display, double tap to check phone, wake screen for notification, ambient wake gestures, always on charging, etc. options are there. There is the dark theme, night light, and the live display. And inside styles and wallpapers, of course, you have all these customization. You can put a custom accent color and stuff. And inside wallpapers, of course, we have all these live wallpapers over here. Also, you can download many more live wallpapers from here if you want to. As you are noticing, you can just tap on this download button and it will be downloaded for you. And there is also this papers app where you get all these wallpapers of EvolutionX, and as you can see there are a plethora of wallpapers that you can use. And in terms of the grid option, as you can see there is only this up to 4x4 and this 5x5 option, I guess. Let me go back. We have these rotation settings, 180° and stuff is there. Then double tap to wake and pocket detection both are there, so that's great. Enable blurs option is there, and there we also have the anti-flicker mode, so you can enable it if you want DC dimming. Inside sound settings we also have the clear speaker option. Right now, as you are noticing, if you turn it on, it will just make a sound and clear the speaker, make a weird sound. So yeah, I'm not gonna do it right now, but this clear speaker option is new over here. And we also have the Mi Audio Direct, as you're noticing, and you can turn it on and go into the options and check youth edition. With that, the sound quality via the headphone jack and Bluetooth as well should be really great, and the hi-fi audio preset is also there. And we also have the screenshot sound etc disabling option, and then dial by tone, screen locking sound etc. And inside pulse we have all the pulse of the UI, like you can enable navbar pulse, lock screen pulse, ambient pulse, then the render mode you can change, and then we have the turn on smoothing option. So a lot of options are there. Let me scroll down. We also have these show volume panel on the left side and stuff. This is how the default volume panel looks like, and yes, you can change this volume panel too, but yeah, you can expand this volume panel just from here. There is also putting the phone into silent mode up there, and you can also enable live caption mode if you want to. Talking about the home screen, we still have the pixel launcher over here, so nothing much new over here. And as you can see, if I double tap anywhere in the home screen, it doesn't do anything because this is a simple pixel launcher, and the widgets on the home screen is totally working fine, as you are noticing. But double tapping to sleep on the status bar is working super fine. This is how my lock screen looks like, or the always on display looks like. And if I double tap over here, as you can see, this is how the lock screen looks like. And the fingerprint icons, I will show you those, but yeah, this is how the fingerprint works. And you can see the fingerprint scanner speed over here from the lock screen and from the always on display. Let me show you. As you can see, again, unlocked super fine. Let me show you one more time. As you can see, the fingerprint scanner is very reliable right now over here, no issues whatsoever. And even if I turn on night light, and with even night light from lock screen, as you can see, unlocks. And let me show you again with my left hand thumb, again unlocks. Now from always on display with night light turned on, and again from always on display with night light turned on, as you can see, it has unlocked. So I was on the launcher, so swiping up gets you to the app drawer, swiping down gets you to the notification or the quick settings panel. To the left you get the Google's Discover page. And yeah, I have also installed Magisk over here because I simply could not find any stock camera app. That's the reason why I have flashed the ANX camera version 185R. If you don't know how to flash that with Magisk, you can click on the card right there. But talking about stock cameras, you don't get anything like Google camera and stuff. Everything else you have to install separately over here. So I have installed these two Google cameras. That's the PX kind of version over here. And also you can install the Google camera EvolutionX version, the normal version, I guess. So yeah, with this you can do this 2x kind of zoom. Also night side photos and stuff should be working fine. And even let me show you, this EvolutionX version of the Google camera should be working fine too. And you can take wide angle mode pictures or the telephoto lens pictures. So yeah, everything else should be working fine over here. As you can see, even with night sight, you can take normal photos over here, no issues whatsoever. And also with this ANX camera, let me actually show you, you can switch between lenses very fast. This is the 185R official Magisk module. And if you don't know again how to flash this one, you can click on the card right over there with Magisk. Even the front camera and stuff should be working fine, no issues whatsoever. As you can see, the front camera is working super fine. And for the front camera, let me show you by going into the video settings. As you can see, up to 1080p 30 FPS option is there for the front camera. And if you switch to the rear, there is the 4K 60 FPS option. So yeah, and the reason why I have flashed the Magisk module of the ANX camera, that's because the TWRP flashable version, which is kind of modded, is just not working over here. So I have tried that, but if I try to open front camera with that, the camera just force closes. So yeah, that's the reason why I have installed this Magisk module. And with that you get all these 1080p 60, 4K 30, 4K 60, etc. So yeah, that's the reason why you should install the actual Magisk module, not the TWRP flashable version, if you really want a great experience over here with the ANX camera. Also, after flashing Magisk, of course the safety net breaks, but right now I have completed everything and set it up my phone with banking apps and stuff, and banking apps right now is working super fine because as you can see safety net simply passes right now because I have hidden magic and stuff. If you don't know how to do those, you can again click on the card and see that ANX camera flashing guide, and with that you will get to know how to do all those stuff regarding keeping your safety net safe. Talking about DRM info, yes, my DRM certification shows as L3. That's because I have broken it over here. But if you have not broken your DRM certification and if it shows L1 on MIUI or any other ROM, it should be L1 for you over here too, since this is just a MIUI vendor based ROM. Right now, let me show you the quick toggles that I have added, and over here, as you can see, there is the Android 11 screen recorder, and over here, you can record the device audio and the microphone audio at the same time with this. So that is very cool. Also, you do get the OxygenOS kind of screen recorder that also you can add over there. And as you can see, with that you get the bitrate customization, then the FPS customization. Also we have the audio source changing option, but you can only change it to internal audio or the microphone audio separately. And there is the video orientation and stuff, and a lot of stuff you can do with this like OxygenOS screen recorder. And there also we have the DC dimming toggle, and the reboot toggle is there, so you can directly reboot to recovery or something if your power button is broken, or even if your volume buttons are broken, you can just tap over here on this volume panel and it will bring your volume panel. So this is great that you get all these kind of toggles like this volume panel toggle and stuff. So yeah, you don't have to tap even the volume button or the power button anytime. You can just tap over here and get the volume panel anywhere. So this is cool. Also there is the sleep screen option. So if I tap on that, as you can see, the phone just went to sleep. So if you don't have somehow the double tap to sleep and stuff enabled, you can use that toggle too. And also there is the FPS counter. So if you enable that, as you can see, there is the FPS on top left of the screen. And talking about the like daily driving performance and gaming performance over here, here are the Antutu and Geekbench score of this ROM, and I would say the performance of this ROM is still amazing and it is very stable so far. And in my daily driving experience, I never faced any kind of huge lags or stutters or any random reboots over here. The performance is just great. And talking about the battery life, yes, you can get about 7+ hours of screen on time with this ROM, and that too with a full charge. Also 80W fast charging works fine over here. And yeah, the battery life is just great over here, no issues so far. Talking about the battery settings, this is how it looks like. We have the percentage on top, then we have the battery icon. If you tap on the battery icon, you will see the full battery usage. Then if you go back, we have the like thermal profiles. You can set per app kind of thing, like you can set it some app to like benchmark, browser, camera, dialer, etc. So yeah, all these options are there. And yes, I have changed the benchmark option for the Antutu and stuff. Let me go back. We have the battery saver over here, and as you can see, there is the extreme battery saver too. And we have a scheduling option for the battery saver, and the turn off when charging option is there for the battery saver. And we also have the adaptive battery option. Then we have the smart charging. If you enable that, then it shows the last full charge, the screen on time, and it shows the battery temperature. So that's great. But again, there is no charging cycle seeing option over here, or no current battery capacity, design battery capacity stuff. Those things are still missing over here. Now in the settings panel and in the evolver settings, you get all the customizations that like you will already know if you already have like flashed or used or have seen a video of the EvolutionX ROM. Firstly, you get the themes option, and there we have the dark theme. You can also change the color bucket over here to change actually the background color to a little gray or totally dark from here. Also, there is a clock style changing option, and these are the lock screen clocks that you get. You also get this IDE option, but yes, it's not as much as, I think, not more than the Zenix OS or something. And here we have the accent color picker, so you can pick any kind of accent color from here. And we have the accent color presets over here, so you can choose these preset like whatever like options are there. Plethora of accent color presets that you get, and there is the headline and body fonts. And as you can see, I've been using it with the Google Sans, but there are a lot more font options. And then we have the icon shapes, and you can change between these many options. And then we have the icon pack, and I have been using it with the SAM one. You can change it to anything else. And we have this G visual mode. I'm not really sure what this does. As you can see, select status bar, height, module and stuff you can change. And the volume panel, again, you can change it from here. And we have the custom header. As you can see, you can change the quick setting header, and quick setting tile disco, you can enable that. And status bar gradient option is there. You can actually like customize this status bar opacity and stuff from here. So a lot of theming options are there. We still have all those things like show 4G instead of LTE, status bar battery indicator and stuff. And inside icons of the battery style, we have the icon portrait, circle, dotted circle, filled circle, etc. And of course, you can change the battery percentage next to the icon or inside the icon. Then clock and date customization is there. Then the battery bar you can enable. Also the traffic indicators you can enable. I have been using a different app for that. And here we have the status bar icons. We have the faulty icon, headset, Bluetooth, etc. icons. So all of those things that you get. And inside notification, we still have the heads up disabling option, and we have the kill app button, notification headers and stuff. Battery charging light, you can enable it even in do not disturb mode. And we have the show on new notification, the edge lighting kind of stuff, and in-call vibration options are there. Inside quick settings, we have the quick toggle pull down over here. Quick pull down over here. There is the vibrate on toggle touch, then the column and row number customization, and we have the data usage stuff over here, and auto brightness icon is there. Then the brightness slider at the bottom again is there, so that is great. Quick QS brightness slider is there, and we have the quick setting photo text and stuff. Let me go back inside power menu. We do have the advanced reboot. Also you have the AOSP settings where you get the device controls and stuff. And here in the gestures, we have the screen off, power button, toggle torch. The brightness control, this is just by like sliding a finger on the status bar, you can adjust the brightness till you get those. Sweet screen off option is there. Also there is a double tap to wake on doors and stuff. Let me go back. We have the lock screen option. Here we have the always on display scheduling option over here. And there is the fingerprint error vibration and the authentication vibration. And inside fingerprint icon, you get all these icons as you are noticing. This one which I'm using is just not showing up because I'm in the white theme, but in the dark theme, we will see all the like icons over here. But yeah, these many icons that you get. Also, if you want to know about the fingerprint scanner animation, and yes, the scanning or the Cyberpunk 2077 is still there. Also, you get a lot more animation options, but yes, the options are pretty similar. If you have used EvolutionX earlier, it has been like this, like after EvolutionX 5.1, I guess. So yeah, pretty similar. And you can also disable the status bar and hide lock icon, etc. on the lock screen. Then we have the charging animation and stuff. You can change it to flash, battery drop, etc. and media cover art, and you can also adjust the blur of the media cover art on the lock screen. Inside navigation, we have these kind of navigation settings, and hardware buttons, we have the volume, rocker, wake and stuff. Then we have the animation. You can change the whole UI animation over here. Even the screen of animation you can change. Also, you can disable the whole UI animation if you want to. And inside MISC, we have the gaming mode. So yeah, gaming mode is still there, and launch music app on headset connect is there. Charging animation is there. Then we have the USB configuration. I have set it to file transfer, and there is the force brightness values. So if you're someone who does not want the always on display to be a little dim, you can actually set the brightness to a little higher if you want to from here. And also on the bottom, we have the about section of the EvolutionX. There you can donate to the developers if you want to. Talking about VoLTE or Via Wi-Fi, both are working fine here. But let me tell you, there is no option to actually have the default call recording on this stock Pixel dialer. Now let's quickly talk about the Google Assistant. Yes, if you swipe from these corners, as you are noticing, it is working super fine, and you can do it in anywhere in the UI. Hey Google. As you can see, even with the voice keyword, it is working fine. Let me try one more time. Hey Google. As you can see again, the Google Assistant is working flawlessly, no issues whatsoever, even with the voice keyword. So yes, technically I can still recommend you guys flashing EvolutionX 5.5 on your Redmi K20 Pro, but the thing is, it does not come with any stock camera by default, and it does not have all those like always unlock with the fingerprint scanner options and stuff. So if you want all of those, I would say just go for the Arrow OS, not the latest build. Just go for the 13th March Arrow OS GApps included build. That will be a lot better in my opinion. But yes, if you can go with a little bit hassle with the camera installation process on the EvolutionX, and if you have watched that video from the card right there, that will help you a lot, because EvolutionX simply does not come with any stock camera. So if you are okay with doing all of those, you can simply go for the EvolutionX ROM for the Redmi K20 Pro. There is no issues whatsoever. And one more thing that I want to clarify over here, that some people do ask me about like updating while you have Magisk installed. Well, right now my device is decrypted and I have EvolutionX installed with Magisk. So right now, if I want to update to the next build, whenever the latest update comes, what I'll do, I'll download the latest ROM, of course, the full ROM. And then what you need to do is you just don't wipe anything over here. Just select your latest firmware, whatever you need. That is not mandatory, but if there is a new firmware update, that's why I am saying that. If the firmware update is still same as the previous version, if there is no firmware update, you should not, or you don't need actually to flash a new firmware. But if there is a new firmware for your device, you just flash that firmware. then flash the latest ROM file, then flash ftrip disabler, then flash Magix 21.4 and then reboot. That's it. The firmware, the ROM, and then the ftrip disabler and the Magix file. These 4 things you have to flash and then it will boot fine. You do not need to wipe anything over here while you are updating. Or if you're clean flashing and you have decrypted storage, then you just have to wipe cache, Dalvik system and data and vendor and do all of those things. That's it. That's how you flash any kind of ROM with Magix working. And by the way, talking about like the Redmi Note 10 Pro, I could not simply order it. So I have to enjoy the Redmi K20 Pro as of right now, or I might have to wait just for the Poco X3 Pro launch, which is on 30th March. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for that, I am thinking, because we simply could not get, or anyone that I know simply could not get the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So that's the reason why I will not be able to make a video on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, simply because I could not order it, at least as of right now. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to the channel down there if you have not yet. This is Tito from K20 signing off for today, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.